The Trump administration asked the Supreme Court on Thursday to end deportation protections for more than 600,000 Venezuelans. The administration's latest plea for the justices to intervene in President Trump's sweeping immigration agenda. The emergency application seeks to lift a San Francisco-based federal district judge's ruling that halted the administration's plans as a legal challenge proceeds, with that decision finding the abrupt policy change smacks of racism. Its order upsets the judgments of the political branches, prohibiting the executive branch from enforcing a time-sensitive immigration policy and indefinitely extending an immigration status that Congress intended to be temporary. Solicitor General D. John Sauer wrote in the application, known as temporary protected status, the program protects from deportation those already in the country who cannot return to their home due to unrest or dangerous conditions. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem vacated a renewal of TPS for Venezuelans shortly after taking office in January, saying she was not going to let the prior administration tie our hands. Noem announced the move in an interview in which she repeatedly referred to migrants as dirtbags. Damn. The National TPS Alliance and 7 Venezuelans protected by the program are suing over the administration's move, claiming it was motivated in part by racial animus and did not follow the proper procedure. TPS may only be designated and revoked after review of condition on the grounds of the country in question. When former Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas designated Venezuela for TPS, he described a severe humanitarian emergency due to political and economic crisis, as well as human rights violations and abuses and high levels of crime and violence. That impacts access to food, medicine, health care, water, electricity, and fuel, and has led to high levels of poverty. In the application, the Trump administration argued that the suit was interfering with its foreign policy objectives. Delays of the secretary's decision threaten to undermine the United States foreign policy, just as the government is engaged in complex and ongoing negotiations with Venezuela. Oh man, this goes on for a little bit longer, but I think we get the gist of it. So I didn't get to see the Noam interview where she apparently called these people dirtbags, but I really, what's a good way of putting it? The thing you see over and over again with these cases is that when judges rule in a way that they like, they follow it, they abide by it. When it's in a way that they don't, they say it doesn't matter, we'll just find another judge. And I guess I shouldn't expect, respect for the rule of law from someone with, over 90 criminal charges. But you get the idea that it's just they pick and choose when they want this stuff to apply. And I don't think anyone who's being honest could say, "Oh yeah, Venezuela's good. You just let the people go back there. Yeah, TPS, get rid of it and send the people back, and they'll be perfectly fine." And I mean, I'm not even saying this as a gag. The United States itself is so bad that if other countries gave us the same treatment, I wouldn't put it past us. I mean, if you think about between the daily mass shootings, we don't have I guess our economic unrest is that we have most of us living either paycheck to paycheck or unable to afford $1,000 emergency, and then in my home state we have people sleeping on street corners all over the place. So I would actually say that uh, if one of us wanted to go to, let's say, Canada or the UK and get some equivalent law to TPS, right, until they stop having economic or social unrest, that might not be a bad idea. But this will probably go through some more legal channels, and they don't realize that when you're dealing with things in court, it can take years for it to be settled. So all they're doing in their attempt, like it wouldn't even be an exaggeration to say that if this were to go through a full court process, with all the delays, all the scheduling of trials and gathering of evidence and all the things that go into it, you could possibly see Trump be finished with his presidential term by the time everything's over. Just more sadness that there are 600,000 people who might possibly just get tossed out of the country that they're attempting to find some kind of upheaval in, simply because they don't have papers.